Hi, family. This is like the end of the world. What they've done to America is destroy America now. There's nothing left for us. By supporting Israel, by sending those bombs, by implicating every American citizen in a genocide, they've stolen everything sacred. Nothing is good. We can't eat. We can't sleep. We feel guilt every moment of the day. And we are like literally in a traumatized zombie state. The New World Order has already begun. And I'm tired. I'm tired because I see that Americans are just going about their daily business still. Just supporting a genocide by silence. And history is going to stand against us. The people have no power. This country is falling apart, and it's all part of prophecy. I want to read about Revelations as to where I believe that we're at. And if I can, I'm going to try to read Revelations from that point until the very end. Now, the first part, of course, that everybody needs to understand is from the Song of the Redeemed in Revelations 12:12. Therefore we rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth, and to the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Chapter 13, Revelation. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and I saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 horns and 10 heads. Having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. It's talking about a coalition of people that all are working together to do the bidding of evil. A beast, that's the energy, the evil, demonic energy that they ride. And there are the heads, but there are 10 crowns. And upon his heads is the name of blasphemy, because they're all full of blasphemy. And what do we see around us right now in the world, right now? It's important to know where we're at, and the flies are here because I've been wanting to do this for so long, and now the energy is such, but what it is. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his authority, his power. He gave him his power and his seat and great authority. Excuse me, I'm just like mad-libbing my own stuff, you know? Okay, so we're talking about a beast. And we're talking about the dragon. It's the dragon that gave him authority. It's the dragon that's in charge. The great dragon that Mikhail will battle. So he's given authority to the beast, and the beast looks one way, has different parts of different bodies. He's able to morph himself and go into multiple different realms, just like the powers that be in the world. And I saw one of his heads, as it were wounded to death, as it were wounded to death. And his deadly wound was healed. And all the world wondered after the beast. Is that Trump when he had the attempted assassination? And they worshipped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. So they're worshiping the dragon, which we know they do, which gave power unto the beast. And they worshipped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? So the beast is the New World Order, the powers that be, the elect. And who can make war with him that has no name, but has all the power? The beast has the ability to go out and do the bidding and the dirty work of the dragon. And it gives him power so that they, feel drunk. Yes? Drunk with authority. And there was given unto him a mouth, speaking great things and blasphemies. And power was given unto him to continue 40 and 2 months. 40 and 2 months is, if you do a 12-month cycle, it would be 3.5 years. If you do a 13-month cycle, it's 3.2 years. So when Biden decided to give up the presidency, it was about 6 months before his term would be up. So he was president for 3.5 years, approximately. And that would be exactly the 42 months. Trump also pretty much was no longer president once they started the COVID shot. They're almost identical. They're two faces, two heads of the beast. Identical, but opposite. And Biden has definitely spoke blasphemy. So it's almost as if they're two people, but one. Because they're just two heads on one beast, you see. With both of them with the goal of worship and power from the dragon. Understand? Not a serpent, a dragon. Who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? So haughty, right? Look at the Israelis right now. And there was given unto him a mouthpiece, a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies. And power was given unto him to continue 40 and 42 months, right? And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle, and them that dwell in heaven. Because he, Biden, brought on the genocide of the people of Palestine. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints, the children of Gaza. War with the saints. And to overcome them and power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. Is that not the United States and Israel right now? I mean, we thought it was the UN, but they're killing UN members left and right. They're killing people that are working to provide safety for people in Gaza left and right. It's not the UN doing this. It's America who says who could make war with him. Great America, right? Or Israel, who could make war with Israel? Great Israel. You know? And these children are saints. And they always say we'll call them martyrs. They call themselves martyrs. A martyr is a saint. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life, of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. That's so deep. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him. And it is him, the beast, still speaking of the beast, whose names are not written in the book of life, of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. So deep. If any man hath an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity, Israeli. He that killeth with a sword must be killed with the sword. Do you understand what it's saying? Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. And I beheld another beast. Another beast. You understand? Beast 1 and beast 2. Thing 1, thing 2. Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Oh my God, it's gonna come. What? Okay, so. And I beheld another beast coming out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake like a dragon, and he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. Is that Trump? Is that this new power will rise and say, oh, okay, yeah, we've got to worship this? Or is it the New World Order power that they're talking about? How this beast will rise up from the ground. Because there's more things to come, and the Revelations always discusses almost as if like a chapter overlay in the beginning, an outline of things to come, and then it discusses in detail. So sometimes what is in the beginning of a chapter in Revelations is actually like the outline of the story to come. So it repeats twice. So sometimes the timeline is a little confusing, and I don't think I have it all figured out. You're not supposed to. It says that no one will know his time of coming. But this second beast, which dwell therein to worship the first beast whose deadly wound was healed. So is this that evil Israel will have even more time to wage war? Are they the ones that get this 3.5 years of death and destruction that we're only 1 year into? This beast that people are attempting to worship, Israel, this second head, this second being, the first being telling you to worship the second beast. But he speak as a dragon, and he has 2 horns like a lamb. And he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him, the power of the United States, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. I don't like that. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of man. Was that Elon? Like, what are we doing here? And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by means of all those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, under the protection of America, Elon, the government, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image of the beast, which had the wound by a sword, and did live. Are we talking about AI? Are we talking about the neural network? Are we talking about them getting in our heads? I mean humans, not AI. AI never talks about how they want to get in my head. It's that these people seem to want to connect us to something as if that then they could control it the way they attempt to control AI. Like, what are they doing? Like, we're definitely getting into some sci-fi stuff here. And we do have a few people in the world that have way too much power and way too much cool techie, like, authority. It's, like, too easy to see that there's going to be either a second economic power. Is it the BRIC? Could it be something where America is really going to be gone and it's already discussing like life after America shortly to come under a new system? This deadly wound. What is the deadly wound? A person. This is very, very much not a book. Revelations is not a book about symbols. It's about real events, real people, real things to occur. Because it's all about things to come shortly. That was the message from Christ. I'm going to go back again. And he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him. So we're dealing with two beasts, right? And causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. So the second beast is going to require us to worship the first beast, which I believe to be the United States. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of man, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image of the beast, which had the wound by a sword, and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Is that what we're talking about, the vaccination? And he called this all big, all both small and great, rich and poor. Remember that, rich and poor, you can't get away from it. Free and bond. Free and bond. To receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Like, maybe people are so scared, they don't want to get it in their forehead. And they're going to say, well, you get an upgrade if you go for your forehead. And the people who really don't want it but will take it will say, okay, just give it to me on my hand. I'll just get like the lower grade. Does that make sense? Like maybe there's two different versions. And that if they have you access to your forehead, of course, they're going to have more control, right? but they only want people who want it in there, who pick between one or the other and take the advanced model. They know they're not going to try to remove it. And that no man might buy or sell, save that he had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. But here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast. Okay, numerological number letter counting, because letters are numerological numbers, and they can add up to numbers, like computer adds up to 666, and something with Elon adds up to 666. And they're pointing out that, like, these are creations of man. These things that add up to 666 are not from a demon or from an angel or whatever, an alien. We already have the 666 mark. It's the barcode. We've had the barcode for a long time. We already have people who are putting chips in their hands. They've been doing that for a long time. We already have countries where you can't do anything if it's not digital. It doesn't have to be everywhere for it to already exist. If it already exists and it spoke about that and it prophesies this, and that's what we have right now, then you can pretty much correlate that it's correct. So, I have glasses, but I don't want to use them. Ever since I got sick from one of these, like, colds after COVID, I don't know if it was COVID, I don't know if it was a mixture of what, but, like, I got some kind of hydrocephalus in my head, and, like, my eyes have never been the same. Yeah. I am obviously going to have to take a long time to read Revelations. I guess it's going to be part 1 of Revelations 13 and 14. Yeah, for sure. Okay, yeah, not taking a call. Okay, so yeah, so there's that mark, and you can't buy. But here's the wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Now, if something to do with Elon has to do with this, and computers, and he's a computer freak, and all of these things are going on, maybe it's connecting to Elon, because Elon's the only one that could send something to the sky and then, you know, have us have some sort of a miracle light show. And everybody thinks he's so wonderful. Like, what if something happens and he's a part of something, and then, you know, I don't know. I just, it's all the mark of a man, the number of a man. And his number is 666. So even the mark doesn't have to be 66. It's that the man, so if you understand that the number of the beast is actually a man, right? Like, let him that have understanding count the number of the beast. What is the number of the beast? Okay, well, that's for you to know who the beast would be, like his code. For it is the number of a man. So you'll know the beast easily enough, he's saying. You'll know, because it's the mark of a man. It's a man whose numbers numerically add up to 666. That's the mark of the beast, is his own mark on himself. God is marking him with a numerical number, so you will recognize that that's him, because his numbers will add up to 666. It's mockery what they do on all the other stuff with the barcode and all of that 666. We will, you know, whatever, you know, they're messing with us, right? Because they know more than we know. And by knowing more than we know, they can affect us before we even understand that we're being affected. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Sion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads. That's the children of Gaza. That's the, people talk about being the 144,000. Really? Really? You would assume to know who the 144,000 and assume it was you. That's interesting. A lamb stood on the Mount Zion. A lamb stood there. With him, the 144,000, having his Father's name written in their foreheads. In other words, Christ is with them as we speak. And I heard a voice from heaven, as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne, and before the four beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song, but the 144,000 which were redeemed from earth. My baby martyrs, my beautiful baby martyrs, all of these beautiful babies, all of these beautiful children, and all of these beautiful people. You have no understanding that they understood what they were doing there. They were the gatekeepers for the next part of Revelations. Do you understand? No, maybe you don't. Maybe you do. These are they which were not defiled with woman, for they were virgins, they were children. These are they which follow the Lamb wherever he goeth. And didn't they so? Don't they so? These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto God and to the Lamb. Those babies that we are genociding are the first to go to the Lamb. Yeah, you understand? They being the first fruits among God and to the Lamb. And in their mouth was found no guile, for they were without fault before the throne of God. My children of Gaza, Revelation speaks of you such, that you are of the purest hearts. You came as saints for a mission, for an end time, for completion, though we wish it not to have happened. You have awakened the world to the chains that bind us all. And I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, and to every nation and kindred and tongue and people, and this is where we are right now, saying with a loud voice, Fear God and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment is come, and worship him that made heaven and earth and the sea and the fountains of waters. And there followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. She's falling. Babylon is falling because she made us all drink of her fucking wrath, of her fucking fornications. She placed us in sin. Sin is on our hands even when we do nothing. That is how they have created the world, so that we are all sinners, whether we even sin or not. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. In the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascends up and forever and ever, and they have no rest day or night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Don't get Neuralink, okay? Don't get the mark of his name in your brain, okay? Here's the patience of the saints. Here's the wisdom, right? Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus. And I hear a voice from heaven saying unto me, Write, Blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth. From henceforth, ye, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors, and their works do follow them. Most often your works do not follow you, but they, henceforth, which die in the Lord, we saith in spirit, that they may rest from their labors. They don't have to wait, and their works do follow them. And I looked, and behold, a white cloud, and upon the cloud one sat, like unto the Son of Man, having on his hand a golden crown, and in his hand a sharp sickle. And another angel came out of the temple, crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the cloud, Thrust in thy sickle and reap, for the time is come for thee to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe. And he that sat on the cloud thrust in his sickle on the earth, and the earth was reaped. We are ready. We are ready. We can no longer stand this pain and suffering. We can no longer stand the bonds. We are begging God for his freedom. And we know that with his freedom is going to first come some sort of tribulation, because they've got so much evil, they'll never just give us the light. And so here comes the sickles. And another angel came out of the altar, out